next leg, and one of our goals is to anchor more than go to marinas. The Havaseas is self-sustainable, and we save money when we stay at anchor as opposed to go to a marina. So we are checking out both marinas and anchorages for the future to see what works best for us. On the night of September 14th, we went ahead and went to Port McNeil. We anchored right there to see what that was like, and it was a very comfortable anchorage. The next morning on the 15th, we got up and we took off at 7:30 a.m. and we intended to go down here to Hamilton Island. Okay, we're trying to decide which anchorage that we're going to use. We wanted to try this one that the Wagner's guide called Hamilton Cove. There's supposed to be a northwest wind tonight, so we think we're going to try this anchorage. We went in there and that was not very comfortable with the amount of winds that were coming. Nope, that's a no-go. We're gonna leave here and we're gonna go try Billy Goat Bay. Weren't really comfortable with the winds that were going in there and trying to get it anchored. We then tried friends of ours anchorage. We tried to go into Billy Goat Bay. Again, with the amount of wind and the size of our boat, we were not comfortable. Billy Goat Bay was a no as well. And I didn't film it because I'm more interested in making sure the captain's happy with cheese and crackers. We were not quite sure what to do after that. About this time, I figured out that the North Coast British Columbia guide was no longer an option. So I was left with my spreadsheets and the Wagner's guide. So we went ahead and we kept going. We just wanted to get closer to Seymour Rapids that we were going to pass through the next day. So we just kept going, trying to find another anchorage. And we ended up going down to the Channel Islands and trying that area. We tried several different anchorages there. We took a look at this one here that the Hamiltons had recommended. I think their boat might have been a smaller boat at this time, or they're much braver than us, possibly both. Then we tried Granite Bay, and that didn't look like a good situation for us either. We then went over to check out Small Inlet, and we didn't want to go through there. By this time, we were really tired. It was getting late, so we decided to backtrack. We went back up, we went around Howe Island, and we went into Piddle Bay on Sonora Island. This is our sea conditions. We just recently got a 20-knot gust of wind. I'm hoping we can find a nice, good anchorage for tonight. Sure is a pretty day though. As we turn around the point, the water gets much calmer. Check out that moon. We're finally anchored tonight. We had to check out 5 different anchorages before we found one that we were comfortable with. We learned a lot. That's kind of the goal here. We're going to get more and more knowledgeable. We are in Piddle Bay, or Camlean Harbor. It took us 5 different tries to find an anchorage that we were comfortable with yesterday. And this one had a lot of room. And when we got in here, the wind wasn't blowing as much. Oh, we've got a visitor. Wonder if he'll come back up. When we came in here last night, there was nobody. I guess somebody came in during the night. And now we have 2 new sailboats. We are anchored at 51.8 feet. It's been a nice lazy morning. We got up probably about 8. I had cleaned the salon yesterday, so it's all picked up. The sun shines out. It feels awesome. It's just kind of a great morning. We've been just getting up and going so much that it's kind of nice to just slow down. We slowed down so much that I'm making the quiche for Eric this morning, and he's very excited. Eric pulled the anchor, and he said that it's a muddy bottom, and it's the most mud he's ever seen on the anchor. So now he's trying to get that mud off. Nice place to be if you want a good solid holding. We're taking off now. We want to get through the Seymour Narrows at slack ebb tide. It took us a couple tries to get that right, but we finally got it, and we even got it confirmed that we are going at the right time. We left Piddle Bay around noon, and we traveled 25 nautical miles to Campbell River, and it took us about 3.7 hours, and we arrived there about 4. There's the bay as we're leaving it. And there's a couple other places to tuck in over here. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Good stuff. Yep.
We saw another Nordhavn that we pass every so often. Tortuga was hiding up in there. Tortuga hid behind Block Island. Looks like she's starting to move too. We're in Discovery Passage, Canada, and there's the Matanuska, headed to Alaska. I think that's the Tortuga behind us. Were a non-issue because I got totally engrossed in my video project and missed the whole passing through the Narrows. We are now out of the Narrows and trying to decide if we are going to anchor or go to Campbell River. Forecast is for gusts up to 40 knots of wind. We are trying to make up our minds. There's a little current here. Check out the seagulls. Something must be stirring stuff up there. Although there's current running, it really is not affecting the Havaseas very much. We are in Campbell River. This is the channel outside the marina. There's a nice breakwater here. And then you enter over here. We're in the Discovery Marina. We were gonna anchor in growlers yesterday or tonight, but The wind warning, we chickened out. We decided it might be safer just to get on the dock. This has been one of the easier docks for us to come into. So it was kind of nice. So right out of the harbor, we just come up the ramp and we end up at this big, huge shopping center. And it's got just about everything that you can imagine. Many pubs, Staples, there's a superstore, there's a tire place, there's banks, A&W, all kinds of stuff. There are all these apartment buildings that are along the waterfront. We walked maybe a half mile and there is another shopping center there, and it looks like we're headed into downtown. Yep, we ran into this line of shops along the street, so we're gonna go check them out. It looks like you can get just about any type of food you want here, anything, all within walking distance of the marina. And you can just keep on going. We aren't going that far. I think we're gonna go ahead and take the walk back along the beach. It's one thing, if you live in a boat, you don't buy much. Another nice park right along the water. There's a ferry terminal here right next to our marina as well, and all these people are lined up to get on the ferry.
Bike tunnel.
That's where we're headed when we head south. Eric wants you to hear the crickets. He says that means we're south. Where are we going?
Down towards Nanaimo.
Okay. We're leaving Campbell River about 7 a.m. We are headed off to Nanaimo. It will take us about 11.5 hours and it's 76 nautical miles. We arrived there about 6:30 p.m. We're leaving Campbell River. We have probably about a 10-hour trip today. Headed down near the Nanaimo. Not the town itself, but we'll find an anchorage down there. We just spent 2 days in Campbell River, which actually is a big town, waiting out some bad weather. We just thought it'd be better to be tied up to the dock, and it was kind of relaxing. Had a Netflix binge day. It was fun. Nice. Big city. So there's a dock over there, and there's mooring balls over here, and supposedly a good place to anchor. We came in through that channel. And here is the city. And there's dock space over there. Lots of dock space, it looks like. And then from the dock, there's a whole little area here where there's mooring balls and places to anchor. We anchored in 25 feet of water last night. Maybe it hit 30 sometimes. But we hardly moved at all. We slept so good. I don't know if it's always this calm in this anchorage, but it sure was for us, and I would not hesitate to anchor here again. I don't know if it gets full in summer though. We are talking mid-late September. Okay, it's not all paradise. We got wrapped in some kind of rope or chain here with our anchor. The chain's over the top of the anchor. I'm watching. So can you lift that chain up?
Well, because there's an anchor on the other end of it.
And it's too heavy? You can't use a boat hook to pull the chain up and over the anchor, our anchor? Here's a better picture of it. Okay, he tied a rope to our anchor so that it tips and let the anchor back down. And now he's using the windlass to get the rope back up. So hopefully when the anchor comes back up, there will not be another anchor with it. But now I know that he's got a method to pull a trap pot. You're free! Well, you're free. Where's the rope? Yes. We're free, and it's clean. Perk.
Okay, keep an eye on where we are.
Okay. Of course, this all happens before we're up, clothed, bathed, anything. But we are free. We have to make it to Dodd's Narrows by a certain time. So Eric always thinks the worst, I always think the best. I think my way's better. What do you think? Good thing you went poop and pee already. Now he has to figure out how to get that really tight rope off the anchor. Looks like he's doing okay. I'm supposed to get us out of here. Okay. Today we're leaving Nanaimo at 8:30 a.m. We're going through Dodd's Narrows down to James Bay in Prevost Island. It's going to be a distance of 30 nautical miles, and it will take us about 4.2 hours. So that is Nanaimo, where we just anchored. And that is Dodd's Narrows. That's how close it is. Eric just did a security call. I think there might be another one in there too.
Sailing on Polar Beach, go ahead.
Yeah. This is the Havaseas about ready to transit. How fast are you moving?
I got 6 knots over ground right now, Captain.
Okay, I'm gonna do a spin here and let you come all the way through. Even though I got the tide gonna oppose me here just a bit.
Many times, but yeah, okay, that's good. All right, we'll stand by 1-6.
Roger.
Yeah, you got 2 of them coming in. Okay, there's 3 sailboats coming through right now, all going the opposite way of us. So we are spinning or slowing down to let them through first. They're going opposing tide, and if we wait much longer, we're going to be going opposing tide, but I don't think we're all going to fit. We are doing this at a low tide. We're gonna hope it's less exciting this time. Last time it was a little too exciting. We also have 2 sailboats that left Nanaimo at the same time as us. And they're behind us as well.
Sailing vessel Arvidas Beach, clear of Dodd's Narrows, and there is nobody behind us, Captain.
Thank you. Have a good day. This is the Havaseas transiting south Dodd Narrows in about 2 minutes.
You have a good day, too.
So she's the one that announced earlier.
Oh, is she? No, there was no blue hole. It was going south.
No, that's the
No,
same
no.
voice.
Okay, well, there was a blue hull, and they said it was a blue hull sailboat that was going, and that's why I knew they were headed south, outbound, or whatever she was saying at the time.
Are you sure that's not blue?
But that's white and with a blue stripe. It was a predominantly, I saw it through the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it with my own eyes.
These are the common conversations we have in the pilot house. Here we go. We're gonna hope for a lot less fun this time. They look like they were doing okay, so we should. Eric wasn't sure he ever wanted to do this one again. Our boat's big enough that it's easy to go around. Okay, I think we're through. I bet you it's fun to be these houses. We just came into James Bay. We're anchoring. It was a nice short trip, pretty easy. Meeting up with some friends of ours. Haven't been able to see them since the beginning of summer. And it's a pretty nice day out there. A lot of sailboats out today. Please like and subscribe so that you can see the next part of our journey south.
Havaseas you next time.